He point, it's in the paperwork. I got it in the paperwork. That's Rock right there. He points to T-Man. This is when he's in Austin, just took a lie detector test, and the lie detector test said that, okay, you lying about something. On trial, the forensic man said, I have no proof that Guy was ever in that car because they got his clothes too. So there's no fibers, there's no nothing, there's no blood, there's nothing in this car. Nothing in this car. So we know where the drugs came from.
Exactly.
So his uncle took it and flushed it. He said, Mom came in there, he stopped questioning, he flushed it. But one was given back, the other one had a name on it, and it wasn't us. It wasn't us. It was so bad. He lived with his grandma. His grandma came to my daddy and told my daddy, I'm sorry for what they did to your child because I know your child didn't kill my grandchild. That part. That part. I need y'all to remember the name Jeremy Bell. Right? So let's get back on Chris. So after we finally get locked up, you know, they got, you know, me, Top, T-Man, Ken, we all locked up. Right? So yeah. Let's jump up into this, man. Let's get this cracking. Let's get this cracking. So look, they show them pictures of me and T-Man. When I went in, I was like, what? 150, 155, soaking wet, 6'2", light bright, damn near white. T-Man is of a cocoa color, 6 feet, like what? Like 225. They show him pictures of us. He say, that's Rock right there. He point, it's in the paperwork. I got it in the paperwork. That's Rock right there. He points to T-Man. This is when he's in Austin, just took a lie detector test, and the lie detector test said that, okay, you lying about something. He said that that's Rock right there. He points to T-Man, tell him that's me. He gives a statement right then. He says that we was in T-Man Green Buick LeSabre, 2-door. We was in T-Man 2-door Green Buick LeSabre. You just told him I was T-Man, and you told him you put the tattoos on my neck, and you put, because T-Man, Trey got T-Man right here. You told him it say Trey Man though, but it's actually say T-Man. And you told him you put the tattoos on him. And you told him that was me. And now you telling them that we was in T-Man, well, you said Trey Man. We was in Trey Man Green Buick LeSabre 2-door. No, you didn't even say LeSabre. You said we was in Trey Man's green 2-door car. That's what you said. We rode around for hours in a little country town. I don't know how you can ride around for hours in a country town. Smoking, he say we was smoking fry. Smoking fry, we don't even smoke fry in San Antonio. What? We don't even do them type of drugs. Smoking fry, popping pills. Actually, you said we've been doing this since like 10 o'clock that morning. What? Yeah. Yeah. Drinking, all of this, riding around. Okay, cool. That's what you say. And then we rode out here to some witch call it and supposedly murked the boy. So they go get Trey car. Guess what?
What?
Trey car is a 4-door.
What? But he said he was riding with y'all all day though.
Robert, no, he said that he kicks it with us. He sells drugs with us. He hangs with us. He knows us. But you told him I was somebody who was weighed 70 pounds more than me, not the same height, not the same color. You told him a car you said it was a 2-door. It's a 4-door. It's in my paperwork. It's in the police reports.
Mm.
They get the car, run it through forensics, all that. All that.
What happened?
On trial, the forensic man said, I have no proof that Guy was ever in that car because they got his clothes too. So there's no fibers, there's no nothing, there's no blood, there's nothing in this car. Nothing in this car. But first of all, you hang with us, you know us. Why would you say that I was Trey Man or T Man? But Trey. Why would you say I was him? And then why would you say his car was a 2-door and you rode around in this car? Then, I mean, if it's a 2-door, I mean, you saying it's me, Tim, Trey, Ken, you, and the deceased. That's 6 people. You can't remember getting in the car and pushing the seat up and getting in the back seat? How you not remember that? But you hang with us. How do you not know who we are? That part. So that went down. That's just something that my lawyer didn't even bring up to court appointed. And so anyway, he did 2 more statements after that. 2 more after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And man, this is just crazy. Crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy work, man.
Yeah. In Texas, the system was against you, and they want
Man, it's crazy work, man. So
for nothing.
we got all that, man. So eventually we end up going to trial, right? My lawyer brings up none of this. So they say we got him behind some drugs that we fronted him that he wasn't able to pay the money back. And they saying he wasn't able to pay the money back because his uncles found drugs twice and destroyed them.
So this is why y'all supposed to act.
This is the motive. This is why we're supposed to have murdered him.
The motive for murdering the man.
Exactly. Only good thing my lawyer ever told me was, don't talk to nobody in here while you locked up about your case. It's the only good thing he told me. Because you know they brought these jailhouse people over here, right? Trying to say that, oh, he said this, he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. So let's jump to the motive, man. Let's get to the motive. So they saying that we put the pop down on him behind these drugs that we supposedly gave him that was supposed to be destroyed. And this is what the case was about. This is what they put on to the jury. This is what it was. We murdered him behind drugs that we gave him that his uncles destroyed. Get that. That's the motive. Get that understood. Right there. Chris said he owed me $500 for some drugs that were destroyed. They get a jailhouse crackhead to go over there and say, oh yeah, we heard Rashid, he was going off that morning. We was all at the house and yeah, he said he don't give me my money. I'm gonna do something to him. But nobody has ever mentioned you in a statement because you was the last one. See, the police talked to April and Chris before, but they never ever said anything that had anything to do with you, Virgil. You was never around. You just interjected in there because they was finna give you the habitual. I mean, yeah, they give you a life sentence because you was over there in jail on some more, and you're a crackhead. The hell out of here. Anyway, so let me get off script. So the whole motive is we keep him behind these drugs, right? So they go over to the grand jury. Let me tell you about this indictment. They go to the grand jury to get the indictment. The sergeant wrote say that, yo, like, we feel like they killed them behind some drugs that his family destroyed and that he wasn't able to pay back the money. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
This is the indictment. Mm-hmm. You actually went over there and lied to the grand jury. Okay.
While we got y'all right now, remember to subscribe, like, and share. We're going to give y'all a couple seconds so you can do that.
Okay. Now let's run it back. His uncle, one of his uncles, because I don't know how many uncles he got, but the two that found the drugs. The first time, the one found a matchbox with some dope in it. His nephew, Skylar, found it. I think Skylar was Don's son. Or Elmo. Anyway, it was two. It was Don and Elmo. Anyway, they was having a family reunion or something. Anyways, the drugs were found. He told him, man, what is this? Who gave you this? He was like, man, he didn't want to tell him. And he was like, look, here, get this out of my mama's house. Don't ever have this in my mama's house no more. Because he was staying with his grandma, who was Don and Elmo's mother. That drugs was gave back. Skylar found he was messing with a 8-track. Now, y'all keep up with this because this is important. Keep up with this. He found some drugs in the 8-track, right? Powder cocaine. And he got it. He called his dad. His dad come over, get it, and like, what the hell? Dad say, it tastes like, oh, man, this is cocaine. So he questioned Wilbur about it, and Wilbur said, man, that ain't mine. He was like, what you mean it ain't yours? That's your stereo, ain't it? He say, man, I got that from my friend. He say, okay, well, you saying this ain't your, who did you get this 8-track from? He say, I got it from Jeremy Bell.
So we have actually where the drugs came from.
Exactly. So we know where the drugs came from.
Exactly.
So his uncle took it and flushed it. He said, Mom came in there, he stopped questioning, he flushed it. But one was given back, the other one had a name on it, and it wasn't us. Mm-hmm. It wasn't us. Mm-hmm. It wasn't us. But you went over there and told the grand jury, we feel you didn't tell them none of that. You said that one uncle found some drugs, and then the other uncle found some drugs and flushed it, and we feel like this is why they murdered him, because drugs was destroyed and he couldn't pay them the money. First of all, one set of drugs was given back. The other set of drugs, he told his uncle, that ain't mine. I got this from Jeremy. It was already in there.
Mm-hmm. So we already know who's.
That's the same Jeremy that recorded that phone conversation
that you were talking about earlier.
So first of all, that indictment is fraudulent. You told them that this is why we did that. But one drug was given back, the other drugs had a name on it, and it wasn't us. When we get to court, do you think my lawyers brought that up? He's court appointed?
None of the lawyers brought that up.
Well, hold up. Let's jump back into Jeremy. So that question is.
So let me ask you. So who was this Jeremy dude?
Okay. So Jeremy and Wilbur, the deceased, they don't get along. Right? Mm-hmm. They had witness of Jeremy chasing them before with a knife, all of this. That's the same Jeremy that told Adam Norton that he know who that was because he did it.
In the cell, right?
In the cell. Mm-hmm. The same one. The same Adam Norton went to the police and told them before we even knew who it was. And then when he said who it was, I immediately came to y'all because that's how that one. The same one that Chris Evans is at his house and Jeremy record that conversation. Now he's the same Jeremy that was over there with another guy named Anthony Miller, no relation to Wilbur. Anthony Miller, they went to his house the same night he disappeared, right? They went to his house. His grandma say, I remember, and his auntie say, she remember, and his cousin Skylar was there too. Same Skylar who keep finding all the drugs. He was there too. And they say, no, Jeremy was there. Skylar said he tried to come around and talk, and they told him, look, get on and go away, because they didn't want him to hear what he was talking about. So he went in the house. His grandma came home, said, yo, yeah, he was there. His auntie said, yeah, they was there talking to Wilbur. They say, and they talked to Wilbur for maybe an hour or so, whatever. Wilbur went back in the house. So Skylar in the room. Wilbur grabbed something and tried to jump out the window. Skylar told him, wait till I go to sleep because I don't want to get in trouble. So he waited for a while and then he jumped out the window. He was never seen again. Okay, so now Jeremy was the last person to talk to. But hold up now. Chris, the jailhouse snitch, and everybody else trying to say at the same time that he over here with us, hanging out with us. When you got a grandma, a cousin, and an auntie saying he wasn't at home. We got home at like 7, 8 o'clock. He was at home. He jumped out that window like 9, 10 o'clock. There's no way he could have been with them at this time. Right. There's no way he could have been with them.
And when they talk about everybody else at the door, they didn't mention none of y'all.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we had trial. Crazy, man. But when you gotta relive that.
It's dirty judicial system.
Nah, I'm saying when you gotta relive it in your head, bro.
I know
it's dirty work.
I mean, that's 21 years taken away.
That's dirty work, bro. So we sitting up here at trial, man. They get his uncle up there, right? They got his uncle up there. They asked his uncle. My lawyer asked his uncle. He say, found some drugs. Say, my son found some drugs in the room. He say, he called me and told me to come over. This is at trial. He said, he called me and told me to come over. So I came over. Boom, I get it. They like, what the hell? He said, I questioned Wilbur about it. Wilbur say, they're not mine. He's on stand at the time. These are not mine. He say, I told him, well, whose is they? Whose is they? So my lawyer say, did he say it was Jeremy Bell's? He said, I'm not going to say that, but that's what he said. Hold up now. There go your motive.
What?
There go your motive. There go your motive. You said we keep him behind them drugs. It's on stand. Why are we still at trial?
Yeah.
On stand. Facts. I got it in my paperwork. I got all my paperwork. Facts.
And the uncle clearly said on stand that
I'm not going to say it was his, but that's what he told me. That it was Jeremy.
Wilbur told him.
Wilbur, the deceased, told his uncle that it was Jeremy's. The same drugs that y'all saying that we put the pop down behind. The same drug that you got this indictment behind. Your motive. This is your motive. Right here.
Should have been dismissed on point, on contact, right there. Wow.
So, you know, it goes on, man, and it's just crazy work, bro. Crazy work. So we get April on the stand.